What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into the sins of Sinister with Immoral X-Men issue number 3. This will be the final issue of the Immoral X-Men line, but we still have 3 more issues to finish out Sins of Sinister. Before I dive into this, I do want to let you guys know, because this is going to be the most watched video today, but I highly recommend that you guys check out Venom when that video drops. It will be the last video I drop today, but if you want to understand what the King in Black actually is, if you want to understand where Null comes from, if you want to understand Eddie Brock and what he is becoming, I highly recommend that you go check that issue out. The newest issue of Venom goes into deep detail on exactly who the King in Black is and what their responsibility is. But when it comes to the Sins of Sinister Immoral X-Men, we are jumping 1,000 years. It has been 1,000 years since Sinister decided to go down this timeline. Unable to restart everything, he has been searching for 900 years, looking for his Moiras, looking for his clones so he can restart this hellscape that he has created. And Red Diamond Sinister finds himself on the run, shunned by the quiet council of Sinisters. He is out here in the universe only with Rasputin by his side. So make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we are getting the mission log of Rasputin. She is the tip of the spear, you could say she is the whole spear that is Red Diamond's arsenal. They travel the stars, they go from place to place, and their newly upgraded Marauder, they are looking for the Moira clones. They are looking for a way to restart this universe. Rasputin, she doesn't know this. She believes that they are trying to save the universe. She doesn't understand that this is going to restart everything, wiping this universe away and going back to how it used to be. Their latest clues tracking down the Moira clones has led them to a place that is known only as numbers. This is 5372389. This is also referred to as One Exodus Prayer World, and what we see as we go in here are tons and tons of eggs. They all surround an Exodus. While Rasputin is making her way through this prayer world, we see that Sinister is very concerned because of any Exodus. Mind you, I said any, not the Exodus, and we're gonna get to that in a minute on exactly what I mean. But he is worried that if any Exodus realizes he is alive, it is going to be bad for everybody. All of these eggs, all of these clones that Rasputin is surrounded by, they all have a purpose. All of them have their brain trapped in an infinite loop. It is constantly praising and giving praise to Exodus, to the Exodus of this world. But she is looking for one prayer that may be holding the secrets that she needs. While this is like looking for a needle in a haystack, that is how the last 900 years have been for them. She rifles through the minds of these clones, trying to steal the secrets that she might need. And she does find it, but saying a prayer of thanks, this was a mistake, because that is when the Exodus opens up his eyes. As the Exodus begins to get up, she opens up a portal and she jumps on board the Marauder. As they try to make their escape from this planet, we see this Exodus is a ginormous monster, following Rasputin up into space. We see Sinister go out and make a call to another prayer world. He discusses on how their Exodus has launched. This is a high-risk move for him, but it may be the only way that they can escape Exodus. And while this Exodus is focused on trying to take down the Marauder, off in the distance we see another Exodus coming his way. Ever since the Exodus Schism, individual sects have established their own claims, each with prayer worlds and Exodus clones pointing across the void at one another. Many have ceasefire scriptures. The launching of an Exodus is against them, and so nearby sects will have to respond. They do this in case their neighbors are unleashing a first strike crusade. They launch their Exodus, and we see the two Exodus go at one another, both of them calling each other heretics. This gives Sinister the opportunity to jump away. And so if you're a little confused on what just happened, what we are seeing is that throughout the universe, there are prayer worlds that all have their own Exodus. This means that Exodus was cloned or something of that nature over and over and over again. And so there are Exoduses spread throughout the universe, all having an immense amount of power. The only problem is that they have Sinister DNA in them. This led to the inevitable point of them going against one another, of them believing that their Exodus is the supreme. What Sinister just did is made it seem like they were going to launch a first strike initiative, that this Exodus they woke up was going to go attack another. And so this Exodus planet sent a countermeasure, which just so happens to be another Exodus. And the war will ignite between these two Exodus sects, and they will spread. The body count will be unimaginable. The only hope for everything is absolute transformation. Sinister has promised Rasputin the promise of Krakoa, of peace, of plenty. The only hope is that they succeed. But Rasputin decoding the message that she had received, one that is written in classical English, only a few words, one sentence. That sentence being, "We should be on the same side." Sinister automatically knows exactly who this message came from. This message came from Destiny. Now, when it comes to the fate of the Quiet Council in the 3rd millennium, Professor Xavier is now the protectorate of the Dream. Nightcrawler dead, his gene line utilized so that he can do the Legion of Night. Colossus is the bulwark of materialism, all superpowers to the Space Soviets. We know that Sinister disappeared 900 years ago with the experimental Marauder. He is still a wanted man, but mostly forgotten. Emma Frost is the Empress of the Red Diamond. Kate Pride, Hellfire Exile, Pirate Queen of the Void. Exodus, the gene reformation led to the division of the one true Exodus Church into thousands of heretic subsects. And Hope, dissected into little pieces still alive. This was distributed among the Exodus sects. Namor is leading the Drowned Worlds. Beast has been working for the Red Diamond Emma Frost. Magic had retreated during her incursion after losing the 7th Diamond War. And then Sebastian Shaw, the ruling majority in the Screaming Council of Hell. As the Marauder travels through space, the journey is not an easy one. The biggest detour was around what happened with Magic. Her incursions, it tore across the galaxy. Magic's wound in space-time to try and bring Limbo into reality. Passing through a war between the Dream and the Red Diamond Fleet. They see nothing but bodies. Later on, they are stalked by Kate Pride, her pack of pirates chasing them through the asteroids. But eventually, they reach their coordinates. They find something old, older than them. Sending Rasputin out, she is able to go out into space without any suit. Now, she's not able to do this for super long periods of time, but she has the fortitude to be able to do it for a couple minutes at the very least, though she has never truly tested how long she can wait out in space. After retrieving the device that she needed to get, Sinister asks for a little privacy while he listens to this message from Destiny. Not sure what little plot she was trying to scheme up. He plays this device and it goes on to say that she helped with Storm stealing the lab, and that if he is listening to this, they have hit it again. They hit it when she tried to restart the universe. This is all because Raven is dead, and while Mystique wouldn't agree with what she is about to say, she lets Nathaniel know that if you get your Moiras back and you return to the past, that you need to come to me and I will join you. She will admit that she has fought against Sinister. She didn't trust him or his plans, and she also knew that it was impossible for him to trust anybody. But right now she is telling him that he must try, because she is only trying to find a way to save Mystique. She sees the future, and there is only death for her. It is horrible. It is horrible to see the woman you love torn to whatever end she may get. And while he may not be able to understand this nightmare dimension was the longest path of her life, and so Destiny followed it. Mystique had beat the odds so many times. Destiny was hopeful for a moment, because no world is truly a hell with her in it. But now, if she is gone, they must try again. She believes that if Sinister and Destiny work together, then they may be able to find a path that both of them can go down. She wants them to be on the same side for so many reasons. Reasons that she dare not say aloud. The only reason that truly matters is to save the woman she loves. She will join him, because Sinister and his Moiras are the only way to get back to Mystique. With the message coming to its end, Sinister says that he will consider this offer, but he's probably going to reject it. Before he shuts it off, it says one more thing. It says that I know your eventual goal is to transcend time and space and become a Dominion. She tells him that he does not succeed. She also knows that he will think that this is a trick, but it is not. This is their only hope, them to work together, telling him to give up on being a Dominion, to reset the timeline, and they together will figure this out. This is when Rasputin comes into the room. She has been eavesdropping on this entire conversation. She now knows that they are not trying to save the universe. Because of this, she tells Sinister it is time for him to die, with Sinister manifesting pistols, using anti-phase phasers. He tries to take down his creation, but he created something that is just so powerful. Even with his best tech, he is not able to fight her. He is not able to beat her. He knows that he can't. She has the finest stable gene cocktail ever created. Telepathy, steel body, intangibility, force fields, and a healing factor. He also didn't even put in his self-destruct sequence. He feared that this would be a weakness that somebody could use. He even gave her free will. He is able to step into the other room. He seals this room off with Rasputin in it, and he ejects her into space, because one thing she doesn't have is flight. And while this does suck, he's very upset that he had to give up Rasputin, probably his finest work that he has ever created. He knows his mission, he knows his heading. Destiny telling him to dissolve the message that she had sent him, and this will give him instructions so that he can find his Moiras. Going to this location, he goes to a cave, and in this cave, what he finds is the last Doombot. It has been hiding away for hundreds of years, but it has not been hiding away by itself. From the shadows, what we see is Moira Sentinel, or Omega Moira, however you want to say it. Moira has lived through all of these years. She has been in hiding, and now Sinister is propositioning a way to restart everything, to go back to the way things were. And after everything Moira has endured, she lets him know, Sinister, if you can do this, I will follow you to the edges of the universe. Lucky for her, that is exactly where they need to go. This is what takes us to the court of the Red Diamond Emma Frost. We are seeing that Emma Frost, she has become the queen we all know she is. But Beast, he is letting her know that Nathaniel is not dead, because Beast is using the Doombot as a kind of spying device. Emma Frost very curious on what Nathaniel has been up to. Beast is letting her know that he has recruited Moira because he needed her psychic imprint so that he could locate the Moira clones. Emma Frost, in a fit of anger, she always knew something like this was a possibility, but never believed that this is actually what happened. She always knew that he would have some kind of high card he could play, a last-ditch effort. Emma now recognizing that he has the chance, the possibility of burning this reality down. When she is so close to winning her war, she refuses to allow this. And so she is going to lead them personally into war against Sinister to find these clones. That way she can save them and continue on this until she has overall supremacy. That's what takes us to the World Farm. The World Farm currently on fire. Moira and Sinister having a conversation, Moira not being able to believe that Sinister had actually cloned her and kept it a secret. But after 1,000 years, she doesn't even care. She just wants to restart all of this. As they make their arrival to the World Farm, they get shot at, being greeted by Storm's old attack dog, John Ironfire. We see that he is very much aged up, but John, he wants to know about the Red Diamond Armada that is following behind them, what they know about it, and why are they here. This is when Sinister goes on to tell him that Frost has picked up their trail, that he's not with her, he is with him, he is with Sinister, and if they have been followed, it is much worse than they thought. They are running out of time. Storm had told them if this citadel falls, then the universe goes with it, and Storm was right. But Sinister may have a little more information that John would be interested in, telling him that together, they can save the universe. Meanwhile, up in space, we pick up with Rasputin. She has been floating here for quite a while. She has air in her veins. She can slow her metabolism. She can live for a little bit longer, but for what? This would just keep her alive for a few more days, really dwelling in her anger. This is when she hears a voice, the voice of Charles Xavier, and he has come to ask her if she would like revenge. But to get this revenge, she is going to have to make a deal with the Dream. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. An absolutely phenomenal issue. There is so much information in here, and I really hope that at some point we get to go back and fill in the gaps. That's the great thing about this story taking place over 1,000 years, even after Sins of Sinister has come to an end. Even after the Krakoan era is long gone, any writer can come back, make a mini-series trying to fill in the gaps of what happened during all these missing years. There is 900 years of history that any writer can pick up at any time and make something of it. And this issue only giving us a small glimpse of what this 1,000-year mark actually entails. Having multiple clone Sinisters across the universe, giant prayer worlds, Emma Frost having an entire armada, and now she is going for the Moira clones herself. It will be only a matter of time before others figure out what's going on. This story truly has been absolutely phenomenal. The Sins of Sinister was everything I expected and so much more. With only 3 more issues left, I am very excited to see how they're going to bring this to a close, and if there's going to be any real ramifications from anything that is happening. I am very curious on what Sinister is going to do once the timeline has been restarted. Will he try this again, or will there be somebody out there to stop him? Let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with this series, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on with Sins of Sinister. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to getting comics every single month. Not only does this help out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. If you are unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.